Picture this, a courtroom filled with judges in long black robes, lawyers arguing back and forth like it's the trial of the century, and a crowd eagerly waiting for the verdict. But the defendant isn't a person, not a thief, not a murderer. It's a bunch of rats. Yeah, you heard me right. Rats, those little critters that scamper around stealing crumbs. This isn't some made-up story. It actually happened in the medieval town of Stelvingen, France, back in 1510, and it's one of the most bizarre, hilarious, and mind-boggling stories in history that I just have to share with you. It's so wild, you'll be like, what were these people even thinking? So let's set the scene. In 1510, the people of Stelvingen were absolutely furious because a swarm of rats had invaded their barley storage. Now, barley back then was a big deal. It was their main food source, kind of like how bread, rice, or pasta is a staple for people around the world today. Imagine if someone broke into your kitchen and ate all your bread, rice, and pasta in one go. You'd be pretty pissed, right? That's exactly how the townspeople felt. These rats were chowing down on their barley like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet, destroying tons of their food supply. The townspeople were so fed up that they decided, these rats need to pay for this. But instead of setting traps or getting a cat, they did something completely insane. They took the rats to court. Yup, they filed a real lawsuit against the rats. They set up a proper trial with judges, lawyers, and even witnesses. Imagine a courtroom that's usually for judging thieves or murderers, but on that day, it's all about rats. It's just too wild. If I were in that courtroom, I'd probably be laughing so hard they'd have to kick me out, LOL. But here's the kicker. The court didn't just mess around with this case. They were dead serious. They even appointed a lawyer to defend the rats. The lawyer's name was Bartholomew Chassany, and he was one of the best lawyers of his time. And let me tell you, he didn't just show up to laugh at this case. He took it so seriously, he defended those rats like his life depended on it. The townspeople sent out a summons for the rats to appear in court, but obviously, rats don't read mail, so they didn't show up. Chassany immediately argued, "My clients can't come. It's too dangerous." He said that if the rats tried to travel to the courthouse, they'd have to pass through streets full of dogs and cats. It'd be a death trap. Imagine a lawyer standing in court, dead serious, saying, "The rats can't come because they might get eaten by cats on the way." How hilarious is that? If I were the judge, I'd be trying so hard not to laugh that I'd probably drop my gavel, LOL. And guess what? The court actually agreed with him. They postponed the trial. But Chassany wasn't done. He went even further, arguing that the rats were scattered all over the town, so sending just one summons wasn't enough. They needed to send a summons to every single rat. And since rats can't read, the court had to send people to read the summons out loud so the rats could hear it.